Welcome to my channel ServiceNow Training and Placement. As you already seen the thumbnail, I am going to start a new series on business rule. Why this series? I have already uploaded a series related to business rule on my channel, but what I believe this is one of the most important topic in the ServiceNow, and there were plenty of questions are asked in the interviews. So this topic should be detailed enough on my channel. In this video, I will be taking a 10 or 12 video series where I will be explaining each and everything related to business rule. Okay, not even a single field, a single definition, a single interview question is going to be left. Okay, so how I designed this series, the first video on this series is going to be the introduction and why we use business rule. Thereafter, two videos for every business rule. Let's suppose I am going to explain the before business rule. The first video should be the definition of the business rule, definition of the before business rule, all the component used in before business rule, a simple use case, and in the next video it is going to be two complex use cases of the business rule which are frequently asked in the interviews. I have collected this data from multiple interviews from my multiple colleagues who are 10 plus year of experience, and I am going to serve that experience through this series. I will also cover every single important interview question that is related to the business rule. For example, where we can use current.update, where we cannot use previous.update. Okay, what is the difference between the async and after business rule, where we can use the after BR, where we can use the async BR. Okay, so I have already prepared this context. If you wanted to see, you can pause and see, elsewise I am going to start this series. Okay, so please note down the topic for this series is going to be the business rule in ServiceNow. Also, there is one request. If you're guys watching, if you're loving my content, please do leave a comment, subscribe to this channel and share with your friends. That is the only fee I am charging with you guys. Thank you so much. Now start watching. So this is my personal developer instance, and here I am in the global scope of the application. If you type here business rule in the filter navigator and open this module under the system definition, you will be accessing the business rule in ServiceNow. All the business rule in ServiceNow are stored in the sys_script table. Okay, so you have a new button here. After clicking on new, you can create a new business rule. Okay, if you click on new, the form for business rule will get open. So what exactly a business rule is? First, the definition part. So a business rule in ServiceNow is a server-side script. What kind of script it is? It is a server-side script that runs automatically when a record is inserted, updated, deleted, displayed, or even queried. Okay, so this is the form of the business rule where you can give the name of your business rule. So let's suppose I'm giving the demo BR. Okay, you can select the table where you are going to run the business rule. Okay, so the first thing is business rule are used for the process automation. These are the server-side script which can run automatically when the condition get met. What these conditions are, let me explain you. Let me select any of the table. Let's suppose the incident table. Okay, if you click on this advanced button, you can see here the third tab will get open here. Okay, you can see the mouse cursor. Okay, advanced section. And when these business rule run, basically in the combination like before, after, async, display, which are also the type of the business rule, and they run in the combination of the inserted, updated, deleted, or the queried. Let's suppose the combination before insert. Okay, so let me open the notepad to make you a clear understanding. Let's suppose we are running a business rule on the combination of before insert. Okay, so as I have selected the table in the incident, so whenever you are going to create a new record on the incident table, okay, so this is the incident form. After filling all the details on this form, whenever you insert, this business rule is going to run. Okay, and if I add some other conditions here, let's suppose the caller is not empty, or the caller is, let's suppose a particular caller, able to maybe. Okay, so then this business rule will be specific to incident table, and it will be run before, sorry, I haven't checked insert. It will run before insert and the caller is able tutor. Okay, so this business rule is not going to run for every insert. This will be specific to the when caller is the able tutor. So you cannot only make these combination, but you can also add the conditions here. Let's create a business rule to understand these things better. Okay, so I'm clicking on new button again, and this time I'm creating, let's take an example of the user table maybe. So user br dem. Okay, so what I want is, let me go on the user table first, or maybe new record. So what I want is, whenever we create a user record, let's suppose the email field is empty, so it will assign a default email, let's suppose servicedesk@email.com something. Okay, so I'm writing it here on the notepad. Okay, so if we create a new user record, and second condition, email is if empty, assign a default email. Okay, so first of all, what is the condition? We are creating a user record, okay, and email field is empty. So how do we fix these two conditions? Pretty basic. So I'm creating a br in the user table first, so it should be sys_user table. Okay, you can check the advanced section if you wanted to, but I will explain this section entirely little bit later on this video. Okay, so before insert, and if email is empty, what we just need to do, we just need to assign an email, anything, to servicedesk@email.com. If you wanted to add a message, just write default email has been assigned to user. Okay, save this. Now how we can test it? Let me reload this page one more time. Let's suppose the user ID is new.user, first name is new and the last name is user. Okay, I'm not assigning any email to meet the BR conditions. Save this. Okay, you will see here the default email has been assigned to the user. This is the message coming from this section, and the email has been assigned to the service desk. So you need not to assign an email again and again. This is the part of the process automation now. Any of the time if you are going to create a new user and the email is empty, ServiceNow will automatically assign a default email to that user. So that is one of the very basic example of the business rule to understand how the business rule works. But now what we are going to start the advanced section of the business rule, which is the most important section of the business rule. Now we have already gone through the when to run and the actions. Now the time to learn about the advanced section. Why we say this is the most advanced section? Because we can write a script here. Okay, so whenever you see the advanced section, you can see the conditions. If you are able to add your conditions directly here, well and good. Otherwise you can also add the conditions using the script in this section. Okay, I'm not going on to the conditions part, but let me explain this part first. In our next video, when we were creating some complex, we will try to add some conditions as well. So what we can see is a default function is given here. The name of the function is the execute rule, and it has two default parameters called the current and the previous. Now what is the use of this current and previous? So current basically represent the current record being processed. It contains the latest value, like after the user changes. Okay, on the second part, if we talk about the previous represents the record before the update. Okay, so let's suppose let me open any record. Let's suppose the incident table. Let's take an example of this field state. If we are changing a state from in progress to resolve, so what is the previous parameter going to hold is the backend value of this in progress. Okay guys, let me explain it again. Previous holds the old values, or we can say the values before the record updated, and after the record gets updated, the current parameter comes into the picture. Okay, so if we wanted to assign any value, let's suppose from here we assign email to this. If we wanted to do this using this script, we just need to write current dot email equals to this. Okay, so current basically used to assign the values. Okay, so this is the first video. We will see the introduction video of this business rule. I am surely going to upload very good video. From the next video onwards, we will be covering the query BR, display BR, before, async and after BR. Okay, and not only the BR but very good use cases which are repetitively asked in multiple interview questions. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please continue watching from my next video. Thank you.